Now for a message to the humans in positions of power in highest levels of government, military development and space exploration. You have fooled your own species along the way, allowing others to think the governments were spending huge revenues on space research, when in fact you have concentrated on underground developments. You can stop the Noah's Ark developments such as the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, located on the Norwegian island of Spitsbergen. You should be more concerned about the seeds of destruction your species has planted against themselves once again, as was in the days of Atlantis. You have built extraordinary cities below to exist within, by the anticipation of what is coming, and this began a half a century ago as announced by world leaders including the American President Dwight Eisenhower. These weapons, however, that you have developed are under the control of those below, not your race. They shared the designs for electronic communications and advanced weaponry, not so you could use it for supremacy of your own, but these were the seeds of your own destruction. You have developed new technologies and weaponry to exist on land as well as the airs above. You have developed weapons of mass destruction, and there are now weapons in space under your developments. As many of you in high positions have seen, the very same orbs seen in the skies today over the Dome of the Rock or other countries can prevent you from launching a single rocket. They were never going to share this wealth of advanced technology without the supervisory ability to shut you down in a second. You have assisted in building your own seeds of destruction, to be used against all human life on the surface. I can tell that you believe you will live safely underground, but you might want to understand the direction that you are going. However, I really don't think you will care to understand the effect it will have on you, after the division and the doomsday event so deeply and religiously desired is finished. However, this being known in advance, this chapter of the human race will once again do what other chapters have done throughout, which is to hide below the surface once again. I will say this, you have been masterfully played by a group of beings much more advanced and knowledgeable than you are. This you will learn from your new masters. I offer you insight. If a newlywed couple goes to a private island and the inhabitants treat them as kings and queens, they keep returning to the private getaway, only sharing the island with their own. Another couple goes to the same island with their kids but are lacking in revenue and the inhabitants beat the children, rape the wife, then attack the man and steal his remaining money, then give the family 2 branches and a log and tell them to row home. They will never return to the island. In the end, all the wealthiest went to the private little island together and all at once, the inhabitants suddenly made the tourists the slaves and stole all they had, forcing men into hard labor and the women into sexual slavery. You see, the inhabitants of the island wanted to attract all the wealthiest to take it all away from them in the blink of an eye, and the former tourists now turned slaves were unable to escape the island, and all who tried were killed. You may not understand this yet, but you will, just as other elite humans in past chapters of human history have learned. Although the internet was designed under the Department of the Pentagon, it was your masters who allowed the revolution of the technology age. Whatever you have monitored, they have monitored. And they have monitored those in highest positions here on the surface as well. As those below the surface remain hidden, and continue to safely remain in control of those above, they must remember there is always another. They may be able to influence the surface and control the human race, but there is a world beyond this one that can do the same to both the surface and the world below.